You use it every day, every single day, and nobody, not your school, not your parents, not anyone, ever bothered to explain how it works. Cool system, right? Your phone, your coffee, your shoes, someone made those, someone shipped those, someone priced those, and somewhere behind all of it is a system. A system that decides who gets what, who earns how much, why some countries are swimming in cash and others can't catch a break. That system has a name. Economics. And in the next minutes, you're going to understand all of it. No textbooks, no boring professor voice, no unnecessary suffering. Just the truth explained simply. Finally, you're welcome. Why economics exists at all. Let's go all the way back. Before money, before markets, before banks charging you fees for having the audacity to keep your money with them. There was just a person standing in a field wanting things. Food, shelter, safety, the basics. But here's the problem that started everything. There's never enough of everything for everyone. Not enough land, not enough food, not enough time. Economists gave this a fancy name, scarcity, which is just a sophisticated way of saying you can't have it all, buddy. And scarcity, this one annoying little problem, is the entire reason economics exists. If everything was unlimited, free, infinite, magically available forever, we wouldn't need economics. We wouldn't need jobs or money or mortgages that haunt your dreams. But nothing is unlimited, so we need a system to figure out who gets what and why. Fun times. Now, every time you make a choice, you're giving something up. You chose this job, you gave up that one. You bought this phone, you couldn't buy that laptop. You chose to watch one more episode, you gave up sleep. Again. The thing you gave up, economists call it the opportunity cost, the hidden price of every decision. It's real, even when you pretend it isn't. So every choice is actually two things, what you picked and the ghost of what you didn't. Spooky, right? Now, early humans figured something out surprisingly fast for people who hadn't invented shoes. Some people are better at certain things. The farmer is great at farming, terrible at building. The builder is great at building, terrible at farming. So instead of both doing everything badly, let's each do one thing well. This is called specialization. Revolutionary concept. Took us a while though. And once you specialize, you need to trade. I give you what I'm great at making, you give me what you're great at making. We both end up better off. It's literally the foundation of human civilization, which is either impressive or deeply alarming depending on how you look at it. But trading gets complicated fast. The farmer wants shoes, the shoemaker wants meat, the butcher wants a haircut. Nobody's needs line up. Economists call this the double coincidence of wants, which is just a very professional way of saying this is a logistical nightmare. So humans invented something brilliant, something everyone would accept, something that represents value without actually being the thing, money. Here's the wild part. Money isn't valuable because it's pretty. It's valuable because everyone agrees it's valuable. That's literally it. It's a shared hallucination we all agreed to have. And it works. Money is just a tool for trust. And with money, the entire economy became possible. You're welcome, civilization. How money evolved and how it breaks spectacularly. Now, money didn't always look like what you've got in your pocket, or more accurately, what you wish you had in your pocket. It has a wild history, and understanding it explains why our system is built the way it is. It started with commodity money, things with actual real value, grain, salt, shells, gold. You traded the thing itself. Gold was the big one. Valuable, rare, hard to fake. For thousands of years, gold was money. Simple, heavy, inconvenient, but honest. But here's the problem with carrying gold everywhere. It's heavy, and if someone mugs you, they get all of it. So someone had a brilliant idea. Leave your gold with a trusted keeper. Get a paper receipt instead. That paper receipt became the world's first paper money, and the trusted keeper became the first bank. Suddenly, instead of lugging around a bag of gold like a medieval gym bro, you just carried a piece of paper. Genius! For a long time, every paper note was backed by real gold, the gold standard. One note, one fixed amount of gold, always safe, stable, reassuring. Then came the wars. First World War, Second World War. Governments needed to spend more than they had gold for. Shocking, I know. So they did what any responsible institution does when it runs out of money. They broke the rules. In 1971, U.S. President Nixon made it official. The dollar would no longer be backed by gold. From that day forward, money became fiat currency. Money backed by absolutely nothing but trust. Trust in the government, which, depending on your government, is either fine or absolutely terrifying. And that trust, it gets tested repeatedly. Because here's the dark side of the story. When trust breaks down, economies collapse. 1929, the Great Depression. Stock markets crashed. Banks failed. 25% of Americans lost their jobs overnight. The whole world felt it for a decade. Then, 2008, the global financial crisis. Banks had been lending recklessly, giving mortgages to people who couldn't repay them, then packaging those bad loans into complex products and selling them as safe investments to other banks, who sold them to more banks. It was a financial game of hot potato, except the potato was a bomb. When it exploded, billions of dollars vanished overnight, millions lost their homes, and governments bailed out the banks with taxpayer money. The same banks that caused the problem got rescued by the people they hurt. If that seems insane to you, that's because it is. These crises aren't just history lessons, they're warnings about greed, about short-term thinking, about what happens when a system built on trust loses it. The invisible engine that prices everything. Okay, we have money, we have people, we have things to trade. So where does the trading happen? In a market. And before you picture a vegetable stall, a market isn't just a place. It's any situation where buyers and sellers meet. The stock market, the job market, the marriage market. Yes, that's a real economics term, and yes, economists are that weird. All markets. Every market runs on two forces. Demand, how much people want something. Supply, how much of it exists. These two forces push against each other constantly, and together they decide price. Let's make this painfully simple. Mangoes, summer. Everyone wants mangoes. Bad harvest this year, barely any around. High demand, low supply, price goes up. Shocked? Didn't think so. Now winter, mountains of mangoes. Nobody wants them. Low demand, high supply, price goes down. Nobody planned this. No government committee sat in a room deciding mango prices. It just happens. Adam Smith, the father of economics, called this the invisible hand, the idea that markets, left alone, find their own balance. No boss needed, no central planner, just millions of selfish people making their own choices, and somehow it works. Economics powered by selfishness since 1776. When supply and demand perfectly match, that's equilibrium, the balance point. Markets constantly self-correct towards it because prices carry information. High price means make more of this, there's money here. Low price means people don't want this anymore, move on. It's a communication system running 24 hours a day. Completely invisible, genuinely kind of beautiful when you think about it. Now here's what makes markets powerful. Competition. Two sellers, same product. They fight for your attention. Lower prices, better quality, faster service. You win. Competition forces everyone to do better. It's the only system where everyone being selfish somehow benefits everyone. Capitalism is weird like that. But when one seller controls everything, no competition, no pressure to improve. Prices go up, quality drops, you have no choice. That's a monopoly. And that's when the invisible hand starts making rude gestures. And markets don't stop at borders. Countries trade with each other. Some countries are better at making certain things. Germany makes great cars. Vietnam makes great coffee. India makes great everything, apparently. This is comparative advantage. Even if one country could make everything better, it still makes sense to specialize and trade, because you can't do everything at once. Even countries have opportunity costs. The math always wins. The invisible fuel that runs everything. You have a dream. Start a business, buy a house, go to university. One tiny problem. You're broke. So you do what generations of humans have done before you. You walk into a bank, sit across from someone in a nice suit, and ask them to give you money you haven't earned yet, in exchange for a promise to pay it back, with a little extra. That little extra is interest, the price of borrowing someone else's future. Now, watch what that borrowed money does. It builds a shop. The shop hires workers. Workers spend wages at other shops. Those shops hire more people. More people spend more money. One loan, entire chain of economic activity. This is the magic of credit. It's borrowed time. Money now, pay later. And when credit flows through an economy freely, things grow. Businesses expand, jobs appear, people prosper. Credit is essentially the economy's rocket fuel, which also means when it runs out, the rocket crashes. But let's not think about that yet. Now, the obvious question, where does the bank get all this money? From you, your deposits. When you put money in a bank, you're lending it to the bank. The bank lends it to someone else, pays you back with interest. Everyone in the chain wins. You earn interest on savings, the borrower builds something, the bank earns the difference. It's beautiful, elegant, almost suspicious. This whole system is called financial intermediation. The bank is just the middleman, connecting people who have money to people who need it, for a small fee, obviously. But here's the part that should make you slightly nervous.
Banks don't actually keep all your money in the vault. They lend most of it out. They keep only a fraction on hand. Fractional reserve banking. Meaning, if you and everyone else decided to withdraw your money at the same time, the bank couldn't pay you. It's gone. It's been lent out. It's currently someone else's house. As long as everyone stays calm, it works perfectly. But if people panic, bank run. Everyone rushes for the exits at once. Bank runs out of cash. Doors close. And suddenly, a perfectly normal financial institution looks like a crime scene. This is why deposit insurance exists. Your savings are protected even if the bank fails. And why the central bank exists, watching over all the banks, setting rules, controlling money supply, making sure nobody does anything catastrophically stupid. Emphasis on trying. How ordinary people became part owners of the world. You have a brilliant idea, a product the world needs, but you need money to build it, more than any bank will lend you. So you do something audacious. You sell pieces of your company to anyone willing to bet on you. Those pieces are called shares. The people who buy them, investors. If your company succeeds, the shares grow in value. Investors make money. You get funding to build your dream. It's the closest thing to magic that finance has ever produced. Now imagine millions of people buying and selling shares in thousands of companies every single day. That's the stock market. A giant auction running constantly, where the price of every company is decided by what people believe it's worth. Not what it's actually worth, what people believe it's worth. Because, and this is important, markets run on feelings. Good news about a company, more people want shares, price goes up. Bad news, people sell, price drops. Good rumor, price goes up. Bad rumor, price drops. The CEO posts something weird on social media at 2 a.m. Price does something. Nobody's sure what. Everyone panics anyway. Sometimes the market is rational. Sometimes it's a collective panic attack in spreadsheet form. Fear, greed, rumor, vibes. The stock market is basically the world's most expensive mood ring. But here's what the smartest investors figured out. You can't beat the market every day. Trying to time it perfectly, that's a great way to lose money while feeling very busy. But time? Time is the most powerful force in investing. A small coin planted today at 12% average annual return in 30 years, worth more than 30 times what you put in, without touching it once. This is compound growth. Your money earns returns. Those returns earn returns. Returns on returns. It's the only thing in finance that's genuinely, honestly, beautifully fair. Because time is the one thing money can't buy. But markets crash. We know this. 1929, 2001, 2008, 2020. Every time people panicked, sold everything, locked in their losses, then watched the market recover without them. Every single time. The people who lost were the ones who panicked. The people who won were the ones who sat there, bored, unbothered, watching Netflix while their investments quietly recovered. The most profitable thing you can do in a market crash is nothing, which should be easy. And yet, how we measure and how things go wrong. Step back, look at the whole thing. All the buying, all the selling, all the working, all the borrowing, all the panicking, all the recovering. How do we measure all of this? With one number: GDP, Gross Domestic Product. The total value of everything a country produces in a year. Every car, every meal, every haircut, every app, every overly complicated coffee order. Add it up, one number. It's basically a country's annual report card. GDP up, economy growing, gold star. GDP down, something's wrong, see me after class. But here's the thing, economies don't grow in straight lines. They cycle, boom, bust, like a very expensive heartbeat. This is the business cycle, and nobody can fully stop it. In a boom, everything feels amazing. Jobs everywhere, money flowing, confidence high. People buy things they don't need with money they don't have. Businesses expand aggressively. Everyone's a genius in a bull market. Then something shifts. The music stops. In a recession, GDP shrinks for at least 2 quarters in a row. Jobs disappear, spending drops, businesses cut back. The same people who were geniuses last year are now very quiet. Now inflation, something that quietly affects everyone but barely anyone understands. Inflation is when prices rise and your money buys less. Same bag of groceries last year costs $100. This year costs $115. You didn't get a raise, but you're effectively poorer. Congratulations, that's inflation working as intended. A little inflation, around 2% a year, is actually healthy, means the economy is moving. But too much inflation, your salary stays the same, everything costs more. You're getting poorer without losing a single rupee. The sneakiest tax that nobody voted for. And the opposite, deflation, sounds great. And it is for about 5 minutes. Then people think prices are falling now, they'll fall more tomorrow. I'll wait. Everyone waits. Businesses make no money. They cut workers. Workers have no money to spend. Prices fall further. And now you're in a deflationary spiral, which is actually worse than inflation. Japan spent an entire decade stuck in one, a whole lost decade, because prices were falling, which sounds like a great problem to have until you're living through it. Who pays? Who benefits? Who actually decides? Let's talk about something nobody enjoys, but absolutely everyone has an opinion on: taxes. You earn money, the government takes some. You make a face, the government doesn't care. But here's the thing nobody tells you. Taxes are how governments fund everything. Roads, schools, hospitals, police, defense, the entire public infrastructure of modern life. Without taxes, none of that exists. And yes, governments waste some of it, a lot of it sometimes. But the alternative, zero taxes, zero public services, has been tried. It's called the Dark Ages. Nobody's nostalgic about it. Now, how should you tax people? Flat rate? Everyone pays 20%. Sounds fair. Same rules, same rate. But 20% of a million bees hurts a lot less than 20% of 20,000. One person is still fantastically wealthy. The other is eating slightly less. So most countries use progressive taxation. The more you earn, the higher percentage you pay. The idea being, if you benefited more from the system, you contribute more to maintaining it. Controversial? Yes. Logical? Also yes. Economics is full of both things being true simultaneously. Now the harder conversation. Inequality. Not everyone starts from the same place, shocking to nobody who's ever existed. And the economy, left completely alone, tends to concentrate wealth. The rich invest. Their money makes more money. The poor spend everything just to survive. Nothing left to invest. Gap widens, year after year. This isn't a moral judgment, it's just math. Money compounds, for everyone, but you need money to start. So, governments intervene. Progressive taxes, social spending, education, healthcare, minimum wage, tools to narrow the gap. But there's always a trade-off. Higher taxes can reduce incentives to work harder. Too much welfare can reduce incentives to work at all. It's the eternal debate of economics. Fairness versus efficiency. Equality versus incentive. Left versus right. This debate has been going for centuries. It will go for centuries more. Because there's no perfect answer. Just choices. And whoever wins the election makes the choices. Fun system. Who pulls the levers? When things go wrong, and they will, 2 players step in.
the government and the central bank. They have two different levers, fiscal policy and monetary policy. Let's do fiscal first. Fiscal policy is what the government does with money, how it spends, how it taxes. Economy slowing down, government spends more. Roads, schools, hospitals, anything that puts money into people's hands. Stimulus spending, like jump-starting a car engine, except the car is an entire national economy, and the jumper cables cost several trillion rupees. They might also cut taxes. People keep more money, spend more of it, economy moves again. But, and this matters, the government has to fund this somehow, usually by borrowing, which creates national debt. Small debt, every country has some, fine. Too much debt, future generations pay for today's decisions, which they didn't vote for because they don't exist yet. Classic. Now, monetary policy, the central bank's tool. One dial, interest rates. Low rates, borrowing is cheap. More loans, more spending, more growth. Economy too hot, inflation spiking, raise rates. Borrowing expensive, people borrow less, spend less. Economy cools, inflation slows. It's basically a thermostat for the entire economy. Except when you adjust a thermostat, the room responds in minutes. When the central bank adjusts rates, the economy responds in months and overshoots constantly. Nobody said this was a precise science. 2008, the world economy nearly collapsed. Banks failed, markets crashed, jobs disappeared. Governments spent massively. Central banks cut rates to nearly zero. Slowly, things stabilized. Not perfectly. Many people suffered for years, but total collapse was avoided. That was policy in action. Messy, imperfect, expensive, but working. Economics is about people, not spreadsheets. Here's the thing textbooks always forget.
Economics is a human science, and humans are, to put it diplomatically, not always rational. For years, economists built their entire models on the assumption that people are rational, that we always make the best decisions with the information we have. Then they met actual humans and had to rethink everything. We're emotional, impulsive, short-sighted. We buy things we don't need. We panic sell at the worst possible moment. We follow the crowd even when the crowd is clearly wrong. We eat the whole bag of chips while knowing we shouldn't. Behavioral economics is the field that studies how humans actually behave, not how we should. And it turns out, understanding human irrationality is just as important as understanding the math. And here's the final truth that matters most. Every number in economics represents a person, a farmer who needs a fair price, a student who needs an affordable loan, a family deciding whether to eat out or cook at home. Economics isn't about money. It never was. It's about choices, consequences, people, and how we decide together what kind of world we want to build. You started this video not knowing how any of this worked. Now you know all of it. Scarcity, opportunity cost, the history of money, financial crises, supply, demand, markets, competition, banking, credit, interest, bank runs, stock markets, compound growth, GDP, inflation, deflation, recession, taxes, inequality, the eternal fairness debate, fiscal policy, monetary policy, behavioral economics, the whole thing. Your economies teacher took 3 years. Just saying. This is the system you live inside every single day, and now you can see it. That changes things. Better with money, better with borrowing, better at reading the news without getting fooled, better at seeing through the noise. Economics isn't for economists, it's for everyone, because everyone lives in it. Now, go share this with someone who still thinks economics is boring. They desperately need this. And the next video? Already waiting. See you there.